Hi, welcome to my podcast, Talking Travel with Wendy. I travel the globe interviewing really cool people in small hospitality and tourism businesses. Join me each week as I discover and share something or someone new with you. You can find more at www.travelwithwendy.net. And remember, it's always an adventure when you travel with Wendy.
Hi, everybody. I hope you're having a great summer. So I'm back and I am ready to talk about the Amalfi Coast. I went there in April to visit my friend Candy, and the first place I'm going to start with is Vietri sul Mare. This enchanting small town on the Amalfi Coast really goes unnoticed, but it is known for ceramics, food, shopping, and beaches. The Amalfi Coast is absolutely right now one of the most visited destinations in Italy. It's been Instagram and tweeted and YouTubed a lot. Positano, Capri, Sereno? Yep, know you've heard of them. However, Vietri sul Mare, I hadn't heard much about, not until my sweet buddy Candy made it her temporary home this past year. The Amalfi Coast, I can't even tell you how busy it's been. I've booked so many tours here for 2022, and I'll be visiting again myself this coming fall. It appears everyone wants to visit this Italian coast. Whether you begin in Naples or Salerno, this is the happening place right now. It might be why I want to begin my Amalfi journey with you in Vietri sul Mare, because this destination absolutely needs to be shared. So let's start with the ceramics and shopping. Depending on where you visit the Amalfi Coast, whether you're in Positano or Sorrento, every town will want to claim that they were the first to begin the origin of Amalfi pottery. But I'm going to choose to believe it was Vietri. According to CNN, it is also the origins of ceramics in Campania and the beginning of the Amalfi Coast. While Vietri is not as flashy as some of the other coastal towns, it definitely has the heart. There are so many ceramic stores along these ancient streets, you couldn't possibly visit them all in one day. We were welcomed by shop owners who seemed happy to see us, but not in a pushy way. They weren't trying to sell or oversell. I also observed that they met locals with a ciao and a smile. It felt like a very familiar feeling. There is a specific artistic design that is centuries old in the Amalfi for this pottery, and it's been made along the coast this way, they believe, since the 16th century when the Etruscans were there. There's just a constant debate among the towns along the coast about who threw the first clay, and you can visit the Museo della Ceramica Vietrinese for more information in the town as well. And my first introduction to Vietri's pottery was through Romeo Vietri. I met Romeo through Candy. He has a very active Facebook page, I'll put the links below, and showcases different pieces daily. If ceramics are your jam like they are mine, and you have a unique taste, you're going to love this, so be sure to follow it. The entire town of Vietri is surrounded by tile and tile-lined shops, and we made our way through the park and an overlook to the Ceramica Artistica Solimene Vincenzo. This shop and museum is a highlight and a showpiece for the town. Be sure to check out the blog and vlog for those photographs. So let me talk about where we stayed next. Candy knew she was going to be in Italy for a little bit longer, more than a vacation, because she was moving to Italy. Talk about being super jealous. She moved from St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands, to Italy. I know, I love her too. I visited her twice in St. Croix over COVID since I could. It was a U.S. destination and I didn't have to worry about too much testing. And you can see more about those adventures on my YouTube St. Croix playlist. So anyway, Italians are some of the friendliest Europeans, and Romeo had connected her with Senatore. Senatore is amazing and has an Airbnb rental in Vietri. The veranda of the Casa Nives is perfect for catching sunsets along the coast. It's peaceful and quiet with an occasional melody from the nearby church bells or a scooter, which are both delightfully Italian. This spacious 2-bedroom, 2-bath, full kitchen, washer, wraparound deck oasis is perfect for a short or long-term stay in Amalfi. Ideal for both families and groups with children as the space is plentiful. Pets are also welcome, and Senatore also helps with finding you local transportation or if you're looking to go a little further away. He's super helpful and speaks English. I'm going to pause now for a commercial break. Next Tuesday, June 21st at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be hosting a live webinar with Bruce Metzendorf of Riviera River Cruises. The links are going to be below. Be sure to register for this because even if you can't make it for the webinar, we'll go ahead and send you the link afterwards for more information. Bruce is going to be highlighting 2 group tours we have coming up. My friend Vicky Turbach and I, Travel by Vicky, are putting together a few group river cruises. We love traveling together and we love bringing groups together too. The first one we're going to do is the Enchanting Yuletide down the Rhine, December 13th through the 17th. We'll begin in Cologne and travel to Bonn, hitting so many Christmas markets along the way. Bonn is amazing, and Cologne has 13 Christmas markets. And then we'll be talking about France and the Burgundy, Rhone, Provence cruise, which is going to be May 4th through the 11th in 2023. You only need a $400 deposit to hold your reservation, and for more information, you can check out that on my website, travelwithwendy.net, and then group tours, or email me, wendy@travelwithwendy.net. Okay, now back to the podcast. So, how did we get around the Amalfi Coast? Candy did have her car, so getting around wasn't too difficult. However, the Amalfi Coast is not one of those destinations you want to traipse around in a car. She already was used to living there, so she was like a local. I will say the public transportation is easy to understand and get around by bus. It just takes a little bit more time than if you were to travel, say, by taxi. It's just a lot cheaper. But Candy and I drove one day to Pompeii. It was an easy drive. It was mostly highway with just one toll booth. Easy peasy. You can also call a taxi, and thanks to Senatore, Candy and I took a taxi from the apartment to the Travelmar Traghetti Salerno ferry service to Positano. It was about 20 euros, and there's a bus stop right outside the villa in Vietri that you can take to the town of Vietri and then on up the coast to all the towns. So taking the ferry is wonderfully super simple, fun, and gorgeous. So grab your camera. Also, it was very inexpensive. It was 15 euros each way, and with a rolling cart, it was an additional 7 euros. So enjoy your time on the boat. You can take the ferry from Positano, Amalfi, or Salerno, and vice versa. We went during the height of COVID, Omicron, so there were mostly mass travelers. The mask mandate and testing has been dropped now in the summer of 22, so happy traveling. Here's a travel tip. If crowds bother you, you may skip the early boat. We took an early boat on Saturday morning and it was very busy. I find using Ferry Hopper, also put the links below, to be the best website for ticket information and schedules. Most ports sell same-day tickets, so no need for reservations. Candy and I loved the ferry, and it was such a gorgeous way to see the coast. So Vietri sul Mare also lets you just chill and relax. It's not the hubbub of the other cities along the coast. This charming city has also one of the most beautiful beaches. The Crestarella Beach Beach is considered to be one of the most beautiful beaches along the Amalfi. There's a 10 euro fee for the Lido, which is the chairs and everything, and you do need to make your reservations ahead of time. I'm really bummed that we missed it. It's just we had so many other things to do and see. So definitely going to hit that on the way back. One of the other ways I love to relax is hiking, and I know for some of you out there, this really isn't relaxing, but I love it. Whether it's hiking the Dolomites or the Zugspitze or the Appalachians, I'm one hiking girl. One of the most famous hikes along the coast is the Path of the Gods. I'll be doing that trail this fall with my friend Lisa near Positano and Praiano. Vietri sul Mare also has hiking trails too. Be sure to find that in my blog as well. As we were discovering the towns along the coast, I have to say Vietri sul Mare was probably my favorite. If you're planning an Amalfi adventure, let me know. I'd love to help you plan an itinerary. I've included a link for a travel questionnaire to help plan an itinerary also in the podcast description below. Thanks so much for joining me today. Next week, I'm going to hit another Amalfi Coast town, Positano. Remember, it's always an adventure when you travel with Wendy.